Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from the Big Chubowski in the final week of this 3v3 season against a guy called Comminution66 from the guild Fallen Shadows. Now when I read that guild name I have quite a lot of questions, like which shadows are they, like what are they the shadows of, and how far did they fall, and all kinds of other things that come to mind, but I guess we'll never know. This guy here, he's got Supreme Leader Kylo at Relic 8, he's got Jedi Master Luke, so I'm up 1 Galactic Legend on him. And it overall does have a pretty strong roster. Now, he's got a 551k lifetime score, but if I look at the highest rank he's achieved, it's like 154 in Kyber. So chances are he set out some seasons in the past, also considering the Trapped in Carbonite title. So he certainly knows what he's doing, perhaps much more so than some 3 Galactic Legend opponents that I've fought. So definitely don't want to underestimate him. Now, I can just show you that he hasn't attacked yet, and I wasn't expecting him to attack first anyway, because up front here I set Darth Revan for him. And the tricky thing is that he typically sets 1 Galactic Legend on defense, which he has done here as well, with Jedi Master Luke. And basically it forces him to make a decision. Is he gonna 2-shot the Darth Revan team to potentially not find the Galactic Legend in the back? That could be one option, and then he just dropped the battle and that could potentially cost him the match. Or is he going to use Supreme Leader Kylo here to solo it, with again the risk that I have a Galactic Legend in the back? So even that doesn't tell him which Galactic Legends is in the back. It could be any of the 3 that I have. And if he really only has Supreme Leader Kylo, then obviously having Darth Revan here in the front and then JML in the back would be ideal. But in this case I have actually set the one that he has Supreme Leader Kylo for, Sith Eternal Emperor, and a couple of other teams. So he basically has to make a decision if I'm bluffing or not, and in what way I have set things up. And there just isn't really any way for him to know unless I attack, for which I now have time. So let's go ahead and do that. Other than that, not too much to comment on the teams. I think there was just like a pretty simple trap that I set, knowing it was going to put him in a tough spot. And the thing is that even if I beat his Jedi Master Luke, it still doesn't tell him anything. It still doesn't tell him... Well, the only thing it would tell him is that I don't have Supreme Leader Kylo in the back, but that one doesn't matter. He has to know if is it Sith Eternal Emperor or is it JML. That's the thing that would concern him the most, I guess. So yeah, there's just no way for him to read that. Now let me get started against Rex here, to not drag this out much further than just explaining a pretty simple mechanism to keep this guy in check. Now I'm gonna add what here, because there's just not too much I can do to keep Kylo Ren on mass taunting without that, and then I'll have to overspend probably. So I'm quite happy with this team. There's also another team that can be worth trying with Rey Jedi Training, where you just have a lot of foresight, but if you get the foresight cleared at the wrong time, then it becomes kind of a risky match, and I'd really rather not take that risk, obviously. So it's a pretty annoying team, because oftentimes it does pull out Watt, which can be a bit expensive, or more than a bit, but it does get the job done, and if you don't really need Watt anywhere else, then it's fine. Now the easiest thing is to just go for Rex twice. There's not much point in trying to burn through 5s, because even if Rex becomes really strong, it's still a lot easier to control him than trying to go through 5s initially, which just takes forever. Even with the armor you're ignoring with First Order Executioner, it's just a lot easier to do this. Though of course Barris has like a different opinion, and 5s will retaunt at some point. So I can kind of decide. I can still try to go for him, but usually like I try to do like 1 or 2 hits to see how far I get, and then I realize, okay, I don't want to bother. It takes me too long. And then I just end up going for Rex anyway. The alternative is to go for Barris to speed things up, but yeah, I don't really need to. She's still a relic character that will take a long time to get through. I'm not really getting the impression here that Executioner has weapon tech. It feels like it still takes forever for him to get to his turns. And Barris is gonna heal in a second, I think, before I get 5s down. So who knows, maybe I'll end up having to go for her. It is a Relic 3 Barris, so that certainly helps his case. I think a big hit now. Yeah, no, Barris is going in front. The heal... actually, she's not going to heal because he's full. Yeah, pretty time-consuming process. Let's chop down Rex here. And make it work faster that way. So that second hit actually didn't do enough damage. It, like, literally only did the damage that was as much as Barris heals. That's actually insane. I didn't expect that. Alright, so essentially forced to go for Barris in the end. But that's fine, she's gone. And of course there's still a lot of offense building that I could do. With the stacking health. It's been a while since I used this team as well. If it was recent, I would have probably remembered that it just makes more sense to kill Barris first. But then again, I think I never fought it with a Relict Barris. That's the kind of character that's pretty niche at my GP. Just don't see it that much. So 53, because Kylo Ren and Mask couldn't heal back to full. But that's okay. I think the guy is very relieved that I finally started attacking. So next up is the CLS team. I'll use my Rey Jedi training over there. There are of course other options. And I haven't had the chance to use this yet either. A lot of people have faced this team. Actually, I haven't yet. If you've been looking at my last couple of rounds. So hopefully this sticks. No ability block, that's a bit unfortunate, but I'll have to take it. Alright, let's cleanse him. A stun would be nice, like if it would have worked there on the assist, but that did not happen. Perhaps now? Nope, because I was still blinded. It's not looking too good so far. Mostly because I didn't land that initial stun, but now we're probably good. Yep. So this one's gonna be a bit of a banner bleeder, but it ends up okay. Put this on BB-8, control him. Can't get Illuminated Destiny off anymore. Would actually be nice considering R2 would be full. But since C-3PO is stealthed, there's nothing I can do there. So only thing I can do is attack and kind of hope that it would be a dodge, but that ain't happening. Now against Jedi Master Luke, I could do my own Jedi Master Luke and then just pick 2 random Jedi and hope that works. From my past experience, it's not that great. So if I use these guys, then it's definitely a win for me. I could try to be cheaper and use, for example, Ahsoka and Shaq. Because they have just a lot more damage than this guy does with his Bastilla and Ahsoka. Although a lot, it's not that much more actually. But really, I'd rather just play it safe here. And he might have his own JKL in the back, but I wouldn't use my JKL there anyway. Even though I could, in theory, if they're faster. But I've got another option there. So I'm just gonna go with this. And make sure that I properly one-shot this, also because their Jedi Master Luke is faster. Which is just not ideal. So this is also one of those matches, there aren't a whole lot of videos on how to do a 3v3 with JML versus JML. There's just not many people posting this stuff. He's dazed, okay. And I'm just gonna put that on him. Yeah, this is probably gonna take quite a while. And there he goes into ultimate. Stuff could get ugly. Yeah, he has some good hits. For sure. Okay, that's her down. Oof, that's a lucky evade there. And another one. Interesting. Well, anyway, that's a decent score. I'm guessing though, like he could deduct if I have JML or SCE by seeing what kind of banners I get on the JML. So actually, fair play, there is something he can learn. And he does have the JKL in the back. With Shaq, which puts him, yes, she's 330, so I'll have to use Tarkin, Vader, and Thrawn on that one. And Old Ben is there to give me even more speed, other than Tarkin lead. So that'll be nice. I can like double check the math, because maybe some of the mods were different from when he locked in. So let's go against the JKL team then. It's another one of those fights that I've seen, but haven't had the chance to do myself. So the idea is that under Tarkin lead, let me just quickly tap that again in case I went into the wrong one. Idea is that under Tarkin lead and with all of the speed that the Jedi and also Rebel Old Ben provide, you actually end up outspeeding the fast character, so Shaq or Hermit Yoda. Assuming you've kind of done the math there, which I have. So I go first, and you can see that I only barely beat Shakti here, which is certainly not a comfortable feeling. She's gonna counter me, hopefully I ability block. Also ability block Old Ben. And then my Thrawn is gonna be the one who fractures their Jedi Knight Luke. So we do that now. Debuff them, strip the turn meter, do another Force Crash. Fortunately keep Old Ben under control. Now swap this over to Vader. And now hopefully take out Jedi Knight Luke. There we go. And stun him, and this is gonna be full banners. Absolutely crushed. Alright, no big deal there. Now I've got plenty of options against the other teams. I can do Bounty Hunters and the Night Sisters because they're pretty weak. They don't really have anything to defend them. So that's what I'll do. Which is nice because it gives me a lot of characters to deal with the other zone, which has some stronger stuff. So generally it can be quite nice if your opponent decides to like try to strengthen their attack by saving an extra team for offense. It can have pretty big effects down the line, where you're able to use substantially stronger teams across the board. And that's something that you really need to think through well, that your defense can be as strong as your weakest team, because otherwise people can just kind of trade their way up. And it just gives them a really big advantage in trying to take you down efficiently. And sometimes I make that mistake when I don't balance well enough. Or it's a case where someone keeps even more for offense than I thought they might. Then all of a sudden I end up seeing my defense get killed rather efficiently. And that's simply because they're overkilling everything. And then, of course you have to put in more effort to be efficient on them. Which is typically okay, but you get into banner matches, you get into risks if you make any kind of mistake. Or there's a lot of pressure added if they've put something tricky in the front wall. That might force you to make a difficult decision. Man, this Asajj is not having it. There's like 2k hits. Come on. I should have maybe saved that stagger hit a little longer. But healing immunity now should do... Ooh, wow. That gear 12 spirit is hitting for far more than she should be. That's gonna cost me some banners. Ah, you got full protection from the kill. That's beautiful. That was absolutely amazing. Okay, then next up I can fight the Poggle team here with Nest. That should be a pretty short battle. Let me actually check, because I've used a full resistance team just now. And the other feat should honestly be done too. And it only counted 2 kills, so just explain that to me. I just don't get it. I had the same thing in the last round where it only counted 1 kill and now it counted 2. It's not like the character died to... Well, that could be it actually. If it dies to an expose, maybe it doesn't grant you the kill, essentially. This should be Kyber actually. Yep. So if that's the reason, that's really lame. They should really look into that, but I mean, I get it. But it's such a semantic thing. Oh wow, that's a pretty good rank. Oh no, it just showed rank 8 for a second. Don't know why. Anyway, back to Poggle, B1 and Droidica. I don't really get this team. Like setting it against someone who has a good nest. Unless you're really assuming that they're gonna set that nest on defense. Which, to be fair, I've done a fair bit in the past. But it's just really quite easy to take down. I might as well like autoplay it, but sometimes I like to actually do things myself. The problem with this team is that Droidica just never really builds any kind of offense. Because Droidica takes a turn for every turn that Nest takes, more or less. So you see there, it's like a 15k hit that chips off like a third of the health, not even. And the more the fight progresses, the more B1 goes down. So the offense for Droidica also decreases. Now you can see here I'm a little bit... Oh wow, that was actually a big hit from B1. So I could see a Relic 7 B1 do some damage there. But this ain't a Relic 7 B1. And the stacks are gradually lowering here. But even now, like, I've taken B1 down a fair bit, and he's still doing pretty good damage. It's not bad. It's a Relic 4, and I think if I check the modding, it's probably an offense modded B1. So that's also something I guess you could take into consideration. My nest is just Relic 4. Like, not really modded for particularly much health either, so if you have a different build on your nest, then maybe it's something you could look into. There's definitely going to be a cutoff point somewhere. But I think if you're fighting Relic 7 B1 and Relic 7 Droidica, chances are you probably have a Relic nest, like a high level Relic nest yourself. So we gotta be fair there. Definitely, like, don't do this if you have a Gear 12 nest against a high Relic B1. That probably wouldn't make a lot of sense, especially if Poggle's still alive. Once he's down, then it's pretty good. Anyway, these guys then go in with the Rebels. Stun Veteran Han, and I might as well do this. Alright. The Night Sisters against the Hux team. I at least have a chance to get more than 51 banners on that. Then again, I guess there's also a chance it'll fail. I've never done this one, never seen it. But the theory here is that this is almost a one-shot. It's not a full one-shot, and then the damage is gone. Or maybe it's a full one if I'm very lucky. Kill with Daka, that's really hilarious actually. So I might go for the Stormtrooper here just to try to get a stun on him. So that I don't get countered. That was a gamble, but it didn't work out. And a gamble is, as a result, unfortunately going to cost me probably all of my protection banners, maybe with the exception of that guy here. Yeah, no. That was a risky one. I should have reconsidered. It's kind of twice. Okay, I don't want to kill here. I kind of have to. Yeah, damn it. So 50, that's a bit low. But, you know, have to work with what I get there. What do I have against Newt in a moment? Right, I still have Supreme Leader Kylo. How about that? Let's send him in on Grievous. And I'll try to... Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Because if he sees the banner count, he's almost certainly going to know what I have in the back. I guess that's the downside of it, but I'll just do it, it's whatever. I'm not going to be overly concerned about that. So Mon Mothma I'll beat with Traya and Sion then. Heck, I've still got a lot for offense, don't I? Padme as well. Oof, could have gone so much heavier on defense. Anyway, Grievous. Yeah, I'll use Supreme Leader Kylo. I could also not do it for the one banner difference. Just not give away what I have there, make him stress that I have 2 in the back, but I don't think it really makes a difference. He's either gonna 2-shot the Darth Revan or he's gonna 1-shot it. Or he's gonna get extremely lucky with General Skywalker. So I'll just do this, it could be either of the Galactic Legends anyway. Am I gonna kill Grievous here? Because I don't want the fight to go too fast. If it's pretty much a 20-second match, then it's pretty safe to say that it's Supreme Leader Kylo that's not in the back. Whereas if it lasts a little bit longer, you could imagine, oh, that might be Sith Eternal Emperor. So it's just nice to leave him doubting, because he's no doubt watching very carefully. As you don't wait until this late just because you're busy, at least for most people. I am, typically, so I could give him the benefit of the doubt there. But most people who wait out their opponents do so because they really want to attack last and see exactly what they're doing. Alright, so a good minute has passed. So I'll be very interested in what kind of score he puts up. This is by no means, like, so far based on the progress, a victory. Because if he still manages to somehow one-shot my Darth Revan, then it can be a banner match. Now I'm wondering if I want to use Padme here. It's probably like a better chance at good banners than Traya and Sion, which would be a little more difficult. So let's do that. I think I need to bring Ahsoka. Hope that's not a dumb mistake. We'll find out momentarily. I mean, it's hard to imagine it being, but yeah, there we go. Okay, 54, I'll take it. Pretty happy with that. In terms of fleets, I believe he always keeps his best ones for offense, and this is no exception. Let's go after Newt then with JKR and Grandmaster Yoda. Still so much for offense is always a bit sad. That's interesting. Yeah, right, that's because the turn was removed. I was gonna say that didn't feel like it made sense. Hopefully kill? No. No crit. The crit might have done the job, but... Alright, get rid of Newt. Cleanse that. Everyone seems full to me. Spread the foresight. It's a lot of 54s I've been getting. There were a few shittier fights. But hopefully it's enough efficiency to put a lot of pressure on him. This one only has 2 reinforcements. That could be interesting for the finalizer. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I'm still trying to get more experience with the fleet, but it's not too easy to come by. So I'm gonna be safe. Actually, I'll get rid of that first order ship because I don't like it. Just put in these 2. Let's see how that goes. Should be enough to overtake Piston there. Ouch. See if I can make good progress. 142k. I'd call that good progress. Let's call in the Xanadu Blood for the extra assist call. I was hoping maybe there's a chance I could pick him off before anything else comes in. And I have to gamble for a stun here, which I did get. Hopefully kill. There we go. So 64, that's pretty good, I think. Didn't need the Houndstooth, but that was an insurance policy to at least not mess up the fleet fight. So we've got Houndstooth and the 2 ties. Let's not underestimate this one either. And just taking that 1 extra ship. Thinking if I want to bring Rex so that I initially don't get breached. That could be an option. But let's go with this. Could be a misplay. We'll find out in a moment. Alright, let's try and get rid of that guy as soon as possible. And hopefully Fives can finish the job here. That's why I ended up picking him for the starting lineup. Yeah, very nice. Definitely low. It's tempting to bring in Ahsoka to finish the job, but then again, if she never crits, then it's not really finishing the job, is it? And they're still gonna get a reinforcement, I think. Yeah. Ugh, there goes the banners. So lame. Like just that 1 hit off from being done. Absolutely hate it. Ahsoka, please crit before the rest drops their protection. Ah. It is a sad day for this fleet. I don't think they... Yeah, actually they did end up full. Ha! Awesome. 68. So I end with 2672. And I think that's going to be very difficult for him to beat. I wish him a lot of luck in doing that. and we'll see how it goes. I've still even had like a bunch of things left for offense. So good luck to him. I'll show you the final score in a while when he has attacked. So my opponent attacked, and it didn't go down entirely for him. He immediately used Supreme Leader Kylo up front on the Darth Revan to solo it with 55 banners. And I guess he had to, considering how much of a score I set, he just had to assume that I wouldn't have a strong back wall. Then he of course noticed Sith Eternal Emperor in the back, and I think took a while then to continue attacking. Then took down this zone for mostly decent banners. Took down the fleets in one go for decent banners as well. And then took it down to just Sith Eternal Emperor, and I think tried a couple cleanups and then gave up. So thanks for the match. I did feel like in the end it was a bit of a mismatch because of the extra Galactic Legend that I had, I suppose. But yeah, this was what he had to deal with, considering all of the other upgrades he had. So in the next round, I'll be fighting a guy called 60 Portions, which is a pretty interesting name. He's got Jedi Master Luke and Supreme Leader Kylo, so pretty much the same as this guy. And then I guess, again, a bunch of upgrades across the roster that I'm not too used to seeing, such as Barris, etc. So we'll see how that goes, and see you then.